Today we have a video on this. The Star Wars Bladebuilders Dual Battle Pack. I have to read that. Could not remember the name. Now, this here has instructions which are not needed. I'm not going to look at those because there's no point to it. Now you get Rey's lightsaber and Kylo Ren's lightsaber. So, you get two lightsabers in this, which is nice. I got it off Walmart for $18, so depending on how that really goes, I mean, here's Rey's, here's Kylo Ren's. You also get a blue connector and a blue dagger. Does not light up. It's just a regular dagger. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to compare this to the already Anakin Skywalker, since they're technically owned by the same, they were owned by the same person. Now, here we have Anakin's, and here we have Rey's. Now, as we look on the front here, we'll notice the differences, as buttons are different. You have, these look like rivets, which this one does not. When we go to the side, is where there's a hole in Rey's, and this is different along with this. And it continues where this is completely different from this portion. And then we move on to this area, which obviously smaller right here for the black portion, and it's a lip, so, and this button part here is different from this. So there are a lot of differences to this between the two, and the blade is, if you can tell, the blade is more pushed in compared to Anakin's. But it has a nice feel to it. Now, my only problem is with this is it's not like the other blade builder lightsabers that we have, because these have, if you can see it, these little plastic nubs that keeps the blade locked in. Now, for the Anakin's lightsaber, no plastic nubs. Given it's easy to get those ones in, but the blade quality for this lightsaber, it is pretty nice. Now let's move on to comparing it with the two Kylo Ren's. Now, this is the newer version. You can pretty much tell that this portion goes in a bit more. But just feeling it, for this one is, they went down in quality on the plastic. That's my only gripe about this, because you can kind of feel that the plastic has a different feel to it compared to one. This was the one when they first came out. Nice quality. Again, there's no nubs in here. Nice feel on the blade. Plastic has a nice feel for the blade. But then, when we go to this one, plastic feels more cheap. And again, you have, if we can see it, you have the nubs on this. Which, if there's one thing I don't like with my lightsabers is they're being cheap. And here's, and you can see the difference of the blade quality. Now this is from the battle pack, and this is the original that came out when it first came out. You can see the original is much darker than the newer one. That kind of says how cheap they made the blade, which I'm fine with Rey's. It's just this one that I don't much like the newer one they did with it. They completely used terrible plastic. It made it more low quality, which, but like, that's my opinion. That's the way I see how this one is. I already have one when it came out. Not like I don't really need a second one. But let's move on to the dagger it comes with. Now, this is a pretty standard dagger. It's basically the same as the purple daggers that came out with the yellow lightsaber. Same base, just different color blade. And I have no problem with this because it's just a blade. With having shorter blue daggers, you can, if you have a crossguard piece and a lightsaber that uses it, you can make a blue crossguard. Just like if you have the Force of Destiny lightsaber, you could do a purple crossguard lightsaber. And like I said, and it also comes with a blue connector. Now, I don't really know how the blue connectors vary half the time. Because, again, it is the plastic. It's just kind of weird, because if I take these two, use this yellow piece, it fits in nice and snug. Not much wiggle, which is good. You don't really want wiggle. Then you use the blue one. It's a lot of wiggle. Does not fit in there nice and snug. Not sure why. It's just, for some reason, they're making everything cheaper. And it is not something I like. And I wish they didn't do that, but with overall how this all is, I mean, as all the blade builders, you can do this, or as reasons why I buy blade builder parts in certain sets is because it's certain things I want to do with them. Like, of course, as I've already shown in one, dual-bladed Anakin Skywalker lightsaber using the blue piece. Take this yellow connector. We got a dual-bladed crossguard lightsaber. You go from having a unique lightsaber to an even more unique lightsaber. And of course, I kind of stated this in like one video for the extendable staff, is how I wanted a light pike lightsaber. Well, takes Ray's staff with Ray's lightsaber, you got a Ray's light pike lightsaber. Although we're not really extended that far. Does not work in small spaces. Really doesn't. But you can do this. And just, if you want to, you can do what I do and just sit somewhere and just start poking people with it at long ranges. But overall, even with the plastic being cheaper, I do say that this is actually a nice set. Because like you get 2 lightsabers and it's a decent price, depending on where you get it from. I mean, it tells you the measurements for some reason. That's pretty much all I really have to say on this. But if you guys like it and you want to see more Star Wars Blade Builders stuff, just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.